so I have 3 updates for you here right now to start with. There's more, so hang on. So the first thing that we are now able to do is that we can now do a photorealistic rendering of the store using nothing but the phone that you have in your pocket already. So pull your phone out, scan the QR code, record, upload, and then within minutes, you will now have a 3D model that accurately reflects what your store looks like. You don't need any specialized hardware. You do not need any robot. No robots yet, but there soon will be. Either which way, the photorealistic rendering is about to be released in Cactus in a couple of months. I'm happy to hop on a call right now and show you what it looks like. Second thing, you've been able to hover over products in the Cactus heat map for some time now. Now that functionality still exists, but now when you hover over, you can also hover over the products that we see in the photorealistic rendering, making it that much easier to navigate and reason about the store that you see. And the thing that I'm the most excited about is our ability to now do recommendations and then take these recommendations all the way to actions. So what we see first here in this demo video is hovering over and also the photorealistic rendering. We found that right now this product is up. They're trending upwards. We can go in and find recommendations, and this says here right now that the product is gaining momentum, ensure sufficient stock, and consider expanding facings to capitalize on growing demands. Now we see that this product is selling more than it usually does over time. Therefore, we should allocate more shelf space to it. We should be able to react on that immediately. Soon you'll see how we create a task. All right, the first thing here, you get 3 recommendations at a time. Then all of a sudden here, we know that this product spiked in sales. We could go in and see that. This one's really, really interesting. Now, what you see here is that this has 12 facings, but very low sales. Now, this is a shelf warmer. This is utilizing too much shelf space, and we should replace this with something else. And it comes up with a very, very specific recommendation here. It's telling us to reduce from 12 to 1 facing and reallocate 11 facings, or that shelf space rather, to higher performing products nearby. I click create action, boom, task created, and we can now go and execute this task immediately. Now let's hop on to see what that might look like. Now we're not going to fulfill the Nissan task, but this is showing us what it looks like when the task has been created. So in Cactus, as you always do, you scan the QR code to position your device. You then get the task, you open it, and boom, here you see. From the rendering, we have generated a photo. So it's much easier already there and then to understand, it's somewhere in the store just by looking at the image. And then, as always, you can navigate to a task. So what has happened is that at this point, HQ store manager sitting behind the store in the office has been able to generate a task for someone to go out and execute upon. And it's immediate. So we have the spatial data, we have recommendations, and we can now execute on that immediately. The second thing I'm going to show you here very briefly is that we are now working on the ability to populate the planogram into the Cactus fixture section shelf and product allocation. So what we can see here is that we can now edit an existing shelf. And here we're now saving a version where we clear the shelf, we take away all those products, or rather we move them somewhere else. It's as easy as drag and drop. The drag and drop functionality is already in there. We have delete functionality. Best Buy garbage bags, not selling those anymore. We're deleting them. And now, boom, push. We've cleared the top shelf, and we have now pushed this state to the shelf. Now, this is the early version of allowing an AI to be able to go in and decide what's on the shelf. First, we have a human in the loop version, and that's what we're working on right now, but we're also going to add a AI version. It's not there yet, but it's going to be there very soon. The third thing that I want to show you here today is our ability to now do a top-down heat map. So in this case, we are now heat mapping the sales data. We can change the different attributes that we want to visualize. And right now we're just visualizing the data on top of the shelf. In this case, we have revenue per square meter, density, and empty shelf. We can also visualize this as a heat map Here is a early test we did where we're like, does it make more sense if we show it as contours? I'm not sure if that feature actually stuck. Tell me if you would like it and I'll have it stick in there.